Okay, today we start with our series on the Civil War, One Nation or Two, and our first lesson will be the Big Split. The Big Split is focusing mostly on the differences between the North and the South. The North was mostly an urban area, mostly cities. You see places like this, and they relied heavily on manufacturing to run their economy. They had factories, they made things, they got raw materials in, such as cotton, and they would turn it into shirts or blankets or whatever it is, and then sell that for even more money. The South is dominated by a rural community, which means that there are fewer people, there's more open land, which means they're going to do more farming, which has to do with agriculture, so growing crops and raising animals. And that will happen mostly in the South, as you can see from this picture here, where they are growing things like cotton and then selling them to the North or to other countries. Now, this becomes a problem for a number of reasons. First, the South relies on slaves in order to run its economy, and Northerners are starting to move against that. They're starting to not like the idea that their country has an institution of slavery. The Southern states believe that their economy will not be able to continue without slavery. They hold on to their slaves, worrying that if they lose them, then their economy will be ruined. Another thing that has to do with the economy is tariffs. Northerners wanted tariffs to protect the factories and owners and workers from foreign competition. What a tariff is a tax. So let's say we put a tariff on shirts. Okay, so the shirt factories in the north are protected, which means that if somebody's trying to sell shirts from, say, Great Britain, there's extra taxes on it. So let's say each shirt costs $10, and British shirt costs $10, American shirt costs $10, and then there's a $2 tax. And that now means the British shirt will cost $12, and the American shirt would cost $10. And that is so that people will be encouraged to buy American goods. And it's a protectionist attitude. And Southerners didn't like that because before, maybe it's a $4. Let's use the example of shirts again. The American shirt cost $10. The British shirt cost $8. The Southerners are used to paying $8 for the shirt. Okay? They want to pay the lower price, of course. Well, the tariff says we're going to put a $4 tax on that British shirt. Now it's $12. So now they are buying American, but they're paying $2 more. They're paying $10 for that American shirt instead of the $8 they were paying for the British shirt. So their prices are going up, and the Southerners don't like that. They don't benefit from having to pay more prices. It just protects the northern factories, so they're not very happy about that. Also, there was a big cultural difference. North had big cities. I mean, you can see it today. People that live in cities, they have a different attitude. They have a different way of thinking, doing things. And the South is much more slow, paced. And again, people just think and think about things differently. So these are differences that are occurring in the country that are exaggerating the problems with slavery and the economy. And finally, the Constitution. Um, the southern states, right at this point, believe that they have a right to leave the Union, that a state is sovereign. And remember, we talked about that, these states are like countries. And we formed a super country, the United States of America, the United Countries of America. Now, the Northerners don't believe that you can leave. They believe that once you're in the United States, you have to stay. And the Southerners say, no, we don't. If our state wants to leave the Union, we have a right to do so. So these are all major problems occurring right now. It's all coming together to help divide the nation and create this big split, which is one of the precursors to the Civil War. All right, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.